And welcome back to all of you joining us for this one. We'll pick up the action back in the second quarter. 3rd and just 2 to go. Here he is on 3rd and short. That's Ferguson. He brings it in. And this is going to take him up and across midfield there at the opposing 45. They strike for 23 yards. And that'll be good for a Dallas first down. Quite a defensive battle, Brock, that we have got so far as we've reached our 2-minute warning. Cowboys with the lead here at AT&T. Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45. First down, here's Dak. Down the field, he's got Lamb. And he's going to take this down to the 11-yard line. A big 34-yard pickup there. And that's good for a Dallas first down.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were, and the QB just nailed it.
Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and you couldn't do it.
The Giants using their first timeout. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on 3rd down. Dak throwing again. And into the end zone he goes for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys grow their lead just before halftime. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on football fields. You start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. He sure did.
Aubrey good on the point after. And the Cowboys make it a 10-point ball game.
Giants nothing. Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. On the return, here comes Olszewski. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Giants offense all set to get started. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. First call here coming from the shotgun. From the gun, here's Dart. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for a second down.
I think we've reached the point of the game, Kate, where I got to make my PSA. Protect the quarterback, and quarterback, protect yourself.
Offense at the line, but they won't snap it. We've got a timeout. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. Out of the gun this time, here's Dart. Coming deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And this is going to be Cowboys football!
Well, sure, you're looking to try to get a first down on second down. You're trying to create a manageable third down, but I'll tell you what you're not trying to do, ever, is give the ball away. And that's what the offense does to the defense right there.
The shot to the end zone is incomplete.
As I watch practices today, Kate, both college and professionally, one thing is abundantly clear. Teams spend so much more time in the red zone. They know it's the money zone. And defensively, if you can force incompletions and knock it away and leave teams for field goals, you got a great chance to win.
Last 2 passes haven't worked out. Another one likely coming. It's 3rd and goal. Dak now from the gun. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal. Yeah, so a bit stubborn there, Brock. They just kept throwing for it after pass fell incomplete. Now they've got 4th and goal.
Yeah, and you and I both know what's going to happen when these O-linemen run off the sidelines, big fellas. They're not going to be too happy about not putting one run on the board.
No, sir.
Kid, I call that a win-win in the first half. You win on the scoreboard, obviously, by adding 3 and adding to your lead, but you also win mentally, making your opponent know if they make a mistake, you're going to capitalize.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. On the return, here comes Olszewski. And he's brought down just inside the 25. The Giants take over now late in this first half. And we're a shade away from 50 seconds to go in the second. And it is enough time to put something together. Throwing on first down. It's Dart. Cowboys closing in, and they get to him. The Giants are going to call their final timeout here. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. The Cowboys signaling for their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Following the sack needs some positive yards here. It is second down and 18. Dart out of the shotgun. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
Dart's looking at this third and long. He puts some air under it deep down the left. They connect on the deep shot. The Giants moving quickly. They're in the hurry up here.
A gain of 36 yards. And the Giants first down. A gain of 36 yards.
And they spike the ball to stop the clock. Second and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Back to throw. Here's Dart. And he's not going to escape this. The Cowboys take him down. And this defense going to try to hang on to that momentum, Brock, as they go for another stop on third down.
A loss of 5 yards.
The Giants moving quickly. They're in the hurry up here.
Third and 15.
He's back to throw. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
Incomplete on the throw.
That's a veteran move right there by a rookie quarterback. You see so many rookies, we do, Kate, who try to play hero ball and force things in every single spot. But he's already wise enough to know how to throw it away.
Likely our last play of the half, so they're leaving the offense out there. One final shot before the half. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. Brought in inside the 20. So a 2-score game here at the break. Some work to be done as we get ready for the... I suppose not everyone's the biggest fan of halftime. Okay, we'll skip over the break and get right back to the field. Cano ready to send this away. Here's Kevontae Turpin on the return. And he brought this one almost to midfield before he's tackled. Here comes the Cowboy offense for the opening possession of the third. And they really leaned on that passing game in the first half, Brock. Let's see if that emphasis continues to start the third. First and 10, Prescott. Taking a deep shot here. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection.
This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
Back to the air, Prescott. Caught, nice gain left side. And this one's going to move him all the way down to the 25-yard line. Give him 32 on that play. And that'll be good for a Dallas first down.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Now we have a member of the Cowboys hurt after that play, and they'll need to get somebody out there to look at him. Another try from the 25. It's 2nd and 10. Now it's Prescott again. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Trying to get that one to CeeDee Lamb. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark. Really, from the first snap through this second half, there have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered. That's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
They go heavy on this 1st and goal. 3 tight ends in the formation. Working inside the red zone. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. It's 2nd and goal.
That's going to be a play tomorrow. When they watch it on tape, they're going to be kicking themselves a bit, Kate. You get man-to-man coverage down in the red zone, you got to take advantage of it. It's hard. Zone coverage and the windows are so tight. You get man, got to find a way to win.
Almost a completion of the wrong team there. So they'll be left with 3rd and goal.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Brought in. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it. So many of these players on the field, Kate, they just strive for consistency, but not the kickers. They strive for perfection, and so far, he's just that.
On the return, here comes Olszewski. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Now here comes the New York offense. And after that opposing score, Brock, they find themselves taking over down 16. Giants lining things up. 1st and 10. Now go play action. Here's Dart. Catch is made down the right sideline. He's going to get this one into enemy territory to the 47. One play in, Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory. On 1st down, this is Scatterboo. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Play brought to an end by Logan Wilson.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
That is just a nice stretch of some reps there defensively. And really one of the areas, when you watch college game to the NFL game, that there is a vast difference. And that's the tightness of coverage. These windows of opportunity are small, and they could not find a completion.
Now this one, not much of a chance of it staying in the field of play. They'll mark it out at the 13-yard line. Cowboys just about set. Here comes 1st and 10. Dak off the play fake. Pressure coming, and they take him down. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the 1st play. So from closer than comfortable to their end zone, it is 2nd and long. From the gun is Prescott. And back-to-back passes that should have been intercepted. 2 great chances to take it away. Both of them dropped, Brock, and now they stay out there for 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. That's incomplete left side.
Really had to find a way to get that short completion because now you're staring at 3rd and extra long, and that's a place no QB in this league wants to be.
Cowboys punting it away here on 4th, and it's the long-time vet Brian Anger on now. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. Here come the Giants, ready to take over again on offense. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. On 1st and 10, here's Dart. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
Just an incredible effort out of him today. The type of performance, frankly, that elevates the energy level of all 10 guys around him. What a game he's got going.
He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. And hopefully they'll have some better blocking on the next play because that was not good. Brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, this has been flawless, really, from every side, Kate. In order to get to double-digit sacks, it requires a tremendous amount of work leading up to this game, but then ultimately the execution of everybody. This has been the acronym of team. Together.
They're on him again, and he goes down again. A 3rd consecutive sack. The defense totally dominating this drive, Brock. That brings up 4th down. The Giants are set to punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Play action, Prescott. Absolutely fires this one right side. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. The Cowboys control possession and the scoreboard as they try to finish out this win. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. 3rd and long for him here. Has him on the quick hitter. Good job defensively here to contain the pass. This is going to be 4th down. Dallas sends its punting unit onto the field. Brian Anger, the one to send it away. And he'll have this fair catch right along the 25. New York taking over once again. The offense heading out. And coming off 3 and out, Brock, they really need to build some momentum from the ground as they try to get on that scoreboard here. Scatterboo now from the gun. And he's going to be brought down here at the 42. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from 1st down to 1st down in just one play. Get that big play potential on the ground. Jeez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
Finds him over the middle. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Running with Scatterboo. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain, so Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
The Cowboys signaling for their 1st time out. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Third and just 2 to go. Trying to get him with the option. And this is going to go in the wrong direction. He loses just about the amount of yards they needed to get there. It's going to be 4th down. Desperation time here. And all their pressure gets it done. That's a sack on 4th down as they force the turnover.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
And they bring him down, but not before he advances it all the way to the 20. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
You know, one secret ingredient on these jet sweeps to take off like that, Kate, it's timing. We talk about timing and precision in the passing game, but it's the same thing on a jet sweep. You got to hand it off just at the right time to capture an edge like he just did.
And that is exactly what they were after, Brock. A good 8-yard run there on first down. Last run got him 9, so now they need one more here on second down. Draw play. This is Williams. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on second down. The Giants using their first timeout. Third and a lone yard coming up.
Third and 1.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that leaves them with a decision to make on 4th and short.
For the Cowboys field goal. A 28-yard.
Aubrey puts it through. And this one is center chains. Couldn't have hit that much better.
I think you could call this one now, Kate. This field goal makes it a 3-score game, and even the most improbable comeback attempts are going to have a hard time erasing that type of deficit here in the final quarter.
On the return, here comes Olszewski. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Giants about to get to work on offense. And if we're being honest, Brock, this game already over. It was a while ago, but still something for this offense to play for. They can try to avoid that shutout.
Yeah, it's kind of like a game like baseball, right? You're looking up at that scoreboard, and you know it's impossible, but find some momentum, something good to build on for next week.
A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
It's a gain of 23 yards. And the Giants first down.
Driving forward with Scatteroo. And he's able to manage a couple on that run. Offense in the hurry-up here.
Tackle made at his 48-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up second and
It's Scatteroo on second down. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Dallas. Giants hoping to make it look a little better before time runs out. Cowboys bringing out an extra defensive back on 3rd. Here he is on 3rd and short. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. He's got it inside the 10. And they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal here from the 7.
It's a gain of 38 yards. And the Giants first down. 1st and goal.
From the red zone now. From the pocket, Cowboys closing in, and they get to him. Offense hurrying to the line with the clock running.
Jackson Dart sacked. A loss of a yard.
From the gun, here's Dart. Oh, they're on him, and he's dropped again. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
A loss of 9 yards. It's 3rd down and goal.
3rd and goal, it's Dart. And he's in trouble and gets brought down again. And this defense, man, they have pinned their ears back and made a stand here. That's going to bring up 4th and goal.
6 yards.
And dose of the hurry up here. Desperation time here on 4th. Trying to push deep downfield. And the shutout stays alive in the second half as that pass ball's incomplete on 4th and goal.
Hey, I get it, it's already over, but go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
They're going to pass it here. Into traffic, complete. Well, this is brought to a stop up at, say, the 34-yard line there. This is the type of performance a former quarterback, just like yourself, Brock, can marvel at. He's carried a great performance through much of this game. Even as the defense adjusted, tried to slow him down, none of it mattered.
I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because these moments, the game does slow down. It is so fast on the field for the normal person that when a QB's in a rhythm like this, the game is slow and he is dicing it.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Here's a design run. So it's a win for the Cowboys. And a lot to be happy with on both sides of the football as they come away with a total team victory in this one. So for Brock Heward, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Cowboys are winners as we say so long from Dallas.